Hello and welcome back to another day in the arena. It's me, it's CGB, and I'm here on the official Magic the Gathering Arena YouTube channel to show off a new deck that I noticed on the Magic the Gathering Online 5-0 League results. So this deck comes from Exotic Herman, shout out to you wherever you are, playing a green-black aggro to mid-range good stuff deck that reminded me of the Golgari decks of old. Back in the day, they called it the Rock and all his minions. The days of Spiritmonger, the days of Pernicious Steed. Some of you Magic boomers know what I'm talking about. Those who don't and get curious can check out Scryfall to look at some of these old cards. But for many years, the Rock became a staple of competitive Magic because people enjoyed it so much. They created green and black good stuff decks that tried to use black's cheap removal and green's amazing threats together to put a lot of pressure on the opponent while getting the absolute trap for every Magic mage across history, a little bit of value. You want to see a little bit of value? Deeproot Wayfinder, when it hits the opponent surveils one, then you could return a land from your graveyard to the battlefield tapped. That's just a little bit of value. That's a rock trap if ever I've seen one. Briarbridge Tracker makes a clue and enters the battlefield. You can sacrifice the clue to draw a card. That's a little value. Glissa Sunslayer has first strike and death touch. If it actually hits the opponent, you get a little bit of value. You could draw a card, kill an enchantment, or remove counters from something. And of course, these Shieldreds, the Praetors, they just ooze value when you just play the game because they're Phyrexian Praetors. They're terrifying. And Vraska, one copy of a Vraska, a little bit of value. But then across the land, the solid removal spells to keep the opponent from doing anything they want to do. It honestly strikes me as good, honest Magic, and it just tickled my inner nostalgia vibes for the Rock, so we're gonna play it on the channel today. Let's dive in. Let the nonsense begin. Well, if cut down is matchup good, this hand is good. Let's see what happens. Our opponent with a Jace Puppet, though? I don't know. The Jace Puppet's kind of weird, right? Who knows? Our opponent could be playing anything. I like their sleeves, though. I used these for a long time for everything. So, I'm getting control vibes. And there's an island. All right. Well, I don't know if cut down's going to be useful in this matchup in any way, but let's play our 3-2 Canker Bloom and get to work. Will you play a Ledger Shredder or something, opponent? No? Right. Here's Glissa. Oh, they both resolved? Opponent, you can't keep a hand on the draw that doesn't have a 1 or a 2 play with mono blue. It's a disaster. A true disaster. The fact that they had to play Otawara might hurt them too. I will draw. Land. All right, punch you down to 11. I'm gonna play this Shieldred. You better have a counter or something. What are they doing? Mike! Mike, do you have cards in your hand? Mike. I am guessing their hand has like 2 or 3 negates, Spell Pierce. Just nothing that could counter our creatures. And since they waved at me, I'm gonna guess they saw the name and assumed I'd be playing a control deck and that their counter spells would absolutely destroy me. And instead I just go creature, 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 you die. 2 drops, 3 drops, let's go. On the draw, I'm a little afraid we'll get run over, but I won't do it without putting some hefty bodies on the battlefield and making my opponent deal with it. Yeah. That's not a card we can easily block under any circumstance. Still, I might just put things in front of it and force the opponent to discard. I don't know, is that good? Doesn't sound good. Oh God. Yeah, no removal, oops. We have a problem. But Adeline doesn't attack through the tracker without help. Going second is definitely hard mode, though. A Vanguard. Eh? Oh, here it comes. Here it comes. Our opponent's gonna be doing their whole, what is it? The enlisting. Yes. So do we put pressure? This thing will be huge. So I think we put pressure on their hand. I think we've got to do this. Make them discard. They discard to gain indestructible. But on the bright side... Oh, they're dropping a 4-drop. Wow. Okay. On the bright side, we're not taking damage. So, Shieldred. Let's attack first. Vigilance, baby. I don't want to put the 4-3 in front of the Guardian, though, because of the Adeline. The 4-3 wants to trade with that, but I do want to play Shieldred. We could play another 3-drop instead. We could go 3-drop into 3-drop. Tempting. But Shieldred. So good. And if we draw another Shieldred, we're going to want, you know, more Shieldred. The opponent, if they had a Brutal Cathar, might have played it last turn instead of the Vanguard. So maybe they don't have one. Oh, they have Ossification. That's really mean. All right, they're going to do this again. They don't like the trades, and they're hitting so hard with the Guardian. It makes sense. So every removal spell they have is just us getting so much closer to death. Because we can't afford to keep putting blockers on the field and dealing with their cards. And we haven't drawn a single removal spell. And we have 9. 11 if you count Boseju's now for these. Oh, there you go. But. We gotta pay the ward. Down to 10. It's getting interesting. Am I drawing with this clue? No, I can't if I want to pay the ward, right? Is it better to play another creature here? It's being on one creature. If they play a removal spell, it's really bad. Still, I think we have to kill the Adeline. I think if we kill the Adeline, we're in an alright position. We're probably taking another hit from the Guardian. Okay. Well... Well, there goes the Adeline. The invasion is terrifying. Kind of forces us to block. But all our cards are very similar, so they just take one of them. And if we draw a land, we get to play both. And take the tracker. So I assume they're going to send the Guardian. They don't go at the invasion. We could take this. Do we take this? I can see it. Especially with them on 10. We'll go to 4. Means I have to put defenses up next turn. They have a Hopeful. Has 2 power because of the Vanguard. We draw the land. We swing with the tracker. They might go to 6 here. And then they might go to 4 from the Trespassers. And our defenses are online. Our opponent, because of the vigilance on the tracker, just getting in the shots, and now the Trespassers, is actually at a lower life total than we are. They've got to figure this out. And they have another Adeline. My creatures can go at that Adeline. Really? They want trades? Careful, opponent, careful. This is dangerous territory. They did enlist. I think they forgot the enlist. They forgot the enlist. Huh. So 2 creatures will be dead for this one to eat. This one we want to be swinging in with again. I think we do it like this. So close. Slightest miscalculation. It's a good card. Doesn't curve with the other card we have available, the tracker. How will they block? If we attack with both, they've got to block with something. But if we attack with both, the Adeline can block and kill the Trespasser. I think that this is easier than I'm making it out to be. The top deck removal spell is just the victory. We just pay the ward and we attack with both. And we use the Trespasser to eat something in the graveyard. And the opponent's gonna die. And wow. It felt like we were behind that whole game, but the chip damage just kept adding up until the opponent couldn't deal with it. And that's gonna do it. Nice. Yeah, I don't underestimate the tracker just getting some punches in. That was pretty awesome showing for Briarbridge, friend. Well, it's a 2-card hand. Keep! At least we won't miss a land drop. And at least we're on the play. Hopefully the Glissa hits. Tear Asunder could be very good if the opponent's playing the enchantment deck, which I'm getting the vibe of. Actually, we'll use the Go for the Throat. Tear Asunder, we might want to exile something like a Heliod or a Hallowed Haunting, an enchantment that's not a creature. And now, the bane of their existence, Glissa the Sunslayer. Also, if they ossification the Glissa, Tear Asunder gets it back. Remember, when this hits, we can destroy an enchantment. Ooh, they're not gonna like that. The dog. Don't touch Glissa. Glissa's fine. Leave Glissa alone. Passing with open mana. Weird. They could have played something, but they didn't. It feels like an ossification. No, it feels like... What's that card? What is the name of it? Audacity. Alright. Destroy target enchantment. Pow. Got him. And now we be tracking. Our 3-mana creatures came to play. Wow. Well, there's a reason to play the deck. Glissa versus the enchantment pile is not a fair fight. On the draw, this hand will do. Kill some stuff, play some cool creatures. It's kind of a simple deck in a great way. Blue, black. What you doing? What you doing over there? Give me something to kill. Duress, you get a Go for the Throat. I've only got 3 of them though. Be gentle. They have Make Disappear open. Make them do that to Glissa. We really want the tracker to enter the battlefield and give us a clue. Yep, gotta start somewhere. Again. Yay, that resolved. It does get cut down here if they respond to the trigger, but I really wanted the clue. In this kind of matchup, that can matter. Let's see if they're drawing lands. Okay. Oops, all duress and cut down and Make Disappear. Well. What you got? It's just the same cards. Over and over again. Takenuma? Hey, that's on the battlefield. That's not on the battlefield. Exiled, in fact. That's sad. Now they're trying to draw some land. They've drawn nothing but spells since the 3rd turn. And discarding Gix's command. So I want to use the Takenuma to get another threat. So let's play this Glissa, make the opponent have another Go for the Throat, another blot out, another something. And they're going to wait for me to attack, which is a thing you're allowed to do. Any moment, their plan will spring into action. What? I connected? Hype? What's issue? What do you think? Are they gonna run Flesh Gorger? I feel like I should just hang on to these cards. Oh, that's bad. All right, so they'll probably find their Gix's command here to kill both creatures, which makes me sad. Oh, I guess I can play this and use Takanuma to keep the pressure on. Right? The Gix's command, I get a Shieldred. I'm gonna play a Shark. Well, they know I have these, so yeah. Lands in the graveyard. So, Glissa, Tracker, Shieldred. Shieldred's the best card, but Tracker's the most value, and this is an ugly value matchup. Right now, the Shark doesn't block anything well, but we should still try to kill it. We'll probably get some kind of response out of them when we do this, because they want to incubate. Okay. Exile a creature with the greatest mana value. Well, you know who that is. 2 cards left. This will get a land. Also gets another Tracker, which I'm down with. Let's track him. We got to be able to attack through this 3/3. The Wayfinder isn't good at it. It's just a good old-fashioned slugfest, right? So the opponent is kind of tough. I don't want them flashing back this Memory Deluge because it will solve all their problems. I want them activating this, so I'm attacking with both. Even if they kill the Wayfinder, that's okay. I just don't want them flashing this back. It will really hurt if one of their 2 cards is another Memory Deluge. As you see, we've got plenty of Wayfinders. We can't kill this with the Go for the Throat because it's an artifact creature, but the opponent is going to take a smooth 4 damage. Well, everything's gone wrong for us in this game so far, but it's not over yet. The opponent's had it every time. Bounce? Wow, okay. Well, they have some cards in their deck that aren't very good, like the Fading Hopes, so that gives me hope, I guess? Still, at this phase, they should win easily with a control deck if they have a good win condition in there. What we haven't seen is their win condition. It might just be the Shark. Gotta get this 3/3 off the board so that our Wayfinders matter, but they go for the throat. Alright, another one. They have another removal spell in hand, you can tell from the stick. It's gotta be another Go for the Throat, or it would have stuck on the cast because of the Phyrexian token. And there it is. Alright. How many Go for the Throats have they played? 2. Yep, Duressa Go for the Throat. They've played 3 Duresses now. Cut down, not good enough. Frustrating. They do know now about the Wayfinders, though. They might be reluctant to make this trade. Nope, they do. The problem with the Wayfinders is they walk into Gix's command. And the opponent right now can cast Memory Deluge. So I guess we have to pace ourselves. Oh, bad time to draw the cut downs, that's for sure. They're probably absolutely dead useless in this match. There's their win con. Like I said, if they have a decent win con, they should win this game easily. Kill my clue if you want. It's fine. Yeah, a lot of people forgetting. Hullbreaker Horror is still around. You want to attack me? They're afraid to attack me? Well, I'll help them out. I'll scoop. I do not need to play this one out. But I am jealous of that control deck. Looks like a beautiful one. What I really want to know is where's mono red? That's what I want to know. Found it. Easy. My deck with my Shieldred control deck really wants to play some mono red. Careful with that auto pass button. All right, there's an adversary. Get it. I'll take one from the chick a few times. Not the end of the world. All right, too many lands. Doing too many lands. Opponent's getting card advantage? Gross. Play with fire is the other card over here. Double chick. Let's take one of them out. Save the go for the throat. It's just too much damage to allow to keep happening. Let's play the Glissa. Or set up for a squee or something like that. But we need to draw some creatures. We can't just 1-for-1 an opponent when they're playing Reckless Impulse. Okay, Mech Warfare is a very good card. But they go face? Oh, that is not right at all. Is it? Nice. That feels good. Destroy their mechanized warfare with the Glissa. I mean, I think they got 3 more damage to my face. Let's see if that's good enough. The opponent only rolls one way, and it's double lightning strike off the top. That seems good. Kamano. We go to 11. Do they lightning strike Glissa? Because I'm gonna blow up their etching. Out with you. Are they afraid of Glissa yet? They ignored Glissa before. The play with fire plus the mechanized warfare would have killed her. But they're looking at 6 points of burn. Aha! All right, we have earned their respect. They ignored her before, not this time. Oh! Oh ho ho ho! Oh ho ho ho! We could wait until this lightning strike passed, which would play around and play with fire, but especially now that I drew a Takanuma, just make them top deck it, use 2 removal spells on this, and then we get it back. I'm down for that. They go face. That's pretty good for us. The Trespasser. Nom 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 nom. Where's those chicks at? Come here. Give them the business. Show no fear. I'm not afraid of the Kamano because I can Boseiju it. And suddenly, who has the higher life total, would you say? No blocks. I think they have End the Festivities. That is a card they often play. Doo-doo. Here is Doom. In the form of Shieldred and the Trespasser. Now that's the mono-red experience I'm looking for. Oh yeah, if I can do that all the time on ladder, this deck is a good one in my book. On the play, cutting down, Canker Bloomin'. Big Shell. That's another land. Wondering if I should have cut down available. We might flood here. Gonna hold these proving grounds. And we're on the draw, so hitting a 2-drop with a cut down feels nice. But there is no 2-drop. So our opponent has these. They might play Leyline Binding, which makes the Canker Bloom pretty useful. And draw Vraska. I have not played the Betrayal Sting. I kind of wondered if she was in the deck to remind us of the Vraska from Ixalan. That was a large Golgari Planeswalker. All right, send the Canker. Do I play Glissa? Do I play Glissa into this open mana? The problem with it is if they drop a Binding, I guess. But then the Canker Bloom covers it. I'm trying to think of, will they counter it? I don't know. We're going for it. They kept a hand that did nothing for 3 turns. Okay, ossification. Well, Cankerbloom can get back Glissa then. We will hit this land drop. Getting a little frustrated with my cut downs. They have no targets. Let's make the opponent deal with this instead of sacrificing it. I know I need to draw land anyway, but I have a feeling there's land near the top. There we go. There's a Terra Sunder. Yeah. Vraska. Let's draw. That gives the opponent something to think about. Their domain ramp, so they have a lot of haymakers. Their go big stuff is powerful. So we need to be committing things to the board and keeping them busy early and often. Invasion of Zendikar. I'm sure they wanted to play that last turn and couldn't. Exile target non-land permanent. That can hit an invasion. Interesting. We can also proliferate their invasion, which makes it a lot harder for them to kill it. Or to win the battle, I guess is the right way to phrase that. Atraxa is coming. If we play a whole bunch of creatures, they probably have a Sunfall, some kind of a board wipe. We can sack the Cankerbloom to proliferate. We should probably blitz Underdog. Down to 5. So they're facing lethal threat, but we still have mana up to use the Cankerbloom to proliferate. We still have Underdog coming out of the graveyard. If they play an Atraxa, Shieldred all but finishes them. I guess my mana isn't... I don't have enough mana. I could Vraska Treasure the Atraxa, right? Ooh, Archangel of Wrath. Okay, let's see what they target. That has lifelink. That is a problem. All right, so let's sacrifice. You get back Glissa. So that's 2 life they don't gain. They go to 7. Can we figure out a way to win? If we minus the Vraska and make this a treasure, we hit them down to 4. We can hit them to 1. To 1? We could also play Shieldred and they go to 2 on their draw step. Ooh. And but that does make this a treasure, which lets them cast Atraxa. Note they missed their land drop. All right. So I don't think we can end the game this turn. Do we give them a chance to block? Thinking. I guess I'd take the block. I don't think they will. Yep. Because they wouldn't gain any life because of first strike death touch. We draw. We hit a Wayfinder. Definitely need to kill this angel. Like Shieldred. They showed us binding, they showed us ossification. Having Terra Sunder up, that could be the difference. They didn't show us binding, but we can assume there's a binding. Yeah, there it is. And this is fine. We can tear it asunder after they do whatever else they're going to do. Might even get more value. Tough game for them. They've got to find a way out of the situation. It seems like they're a mana short of where they need to be, but when they don't have lands, it means they have a lot of spells. Those spells are good. All right, so that gains 3. Interesting float. Maybe they're panicking a little, huh? Better use that mana. Ah, I see.
Run away.
All right, target Glissa. Shieldred make you sack the Wandering Emperor. The opponent will go up to 9 though. A lot of life gained that turn.
This is what you get for hurting my
Atraxa on deck. We can hit them for 7 And we can also play Shieldred, and that should be game. But they might have another binding. Down to 2. Draw. Sequencing, I know. See if this does it. Gain another 2. They draw. They die. Got the binding out of them before. That was a good one. You could feel that if they got to do some of their more powerful effects, they could have stabilized that game.